Alright, so in this one we are going to be reacting to a multiple time rank 1 players tier list. I think they do top 12 tier list here. It's a Japanese player here. Again, has hit rank 1 multiple times in the previous seasons. Not sure if any time recent, but in previous seasons they have hit it. And again, I want to see their opinion. I do this quite often at this point just because I do like to see other people's opinions. And well, I'm in the US, so I'm having a different queue than this person or that person, so seeing what someone else thinks or what someone else is facing to gauge like what's going on over there, what's going on over here, and see the differences, see if we can come to an understanding or agreement, or, well, we're just gonna flat out disagree, is something I like to, you know, gain the value of having, right? So, get reacting to this as I do, and I'll have my tier list here pull up on the side, and it'll be on screen for you guys to compare, like, here's my number 10, here's their number 10, and then we could kind of go through it. And by the way, my tier list hasn't really changed much. I would just say right now, compared to what's on the screen right now, I would have Janemba more number 1 than Gohan. Like, I would actually have them, like, number 1, Janemba, then number 2, Beast. That's literally all that's changed to me, though, in the coming, rather, past days from, you know, making that tier list. But I'll do an updated one fully, you know, once I play even more so in probably next week or two prior to the Ultra. But with that being said, let's get into it. Obviously, it's in Japanese, so I have to kind of use context clues to understand what's going on here and the, you know, things they show out and the placements. So let's get into it. We'll skip through because we can't understand it, so, well, at least I can. If you can, then great, but, alright, so here we are. Number 12, Orange Piccolo went down 4 spots. So for me, again, reference, you can see it on screen, he is number 9. So I understand a little bit of why he went down. Do I? This is just Goku Bardock update, right? So I would say Orange Piccolo going down this much, it's nothing crazy. I guess you're just kind of having more value of Pikkon than more value of Pikkon just being, you know, brought to the light. I mean, I'm seeing it a lot. I put Pikkon, what, 6 here? So I kind of get it, right? With the usage of Pikkon everywhere. Then Regen, you're not really running into Regen because there's no need for it. So Piccolo's best team of Regen, where he would be prioritized over Pikkon because you want to like Leader Slot and all that stuff. It just doesn't make, you know, a little funky. Regen's not being run. So I can understand the lowering of Piccolo. Below top 10? Is he below top 10? To me? Could I see that? I think you could argue Piccolo or Cell. The more I use Cell, I'll probably value him as over top 10 than Piccolo, which is kind of the thing I was hoping to establish, really more so with playing in the later of the season. But, yeah, if you get Piccolo off top 10, I wouldn't mind. At 12, 11, 12, 13 area, some understanding there. Yeah, no, I don't mind this. Number 12, okay, Piccolo number 12. Gonna go down because he's just the inferior rival unit because Gogeta's spawning, well, Pikkon spawning all those green cards, Gogeta having the range-based blue card, and overall, just the equipment he also offers for his team is just better off than Piccolo, Gogeta offering that plat equip, which is double Piers and HP. Like, that's a very strong Pier, right? And equipment overall. Let's get through this though. Let's see what's going on for number 11 here. Path to Power! He hasn't moved, if you don't know the symbol here. That 0 and the, you know, symbol of Piccolo where the down 4, that's where they were last time, right? So he was at 8th, and now he moved to 12th. Piccolo being that last character. Path to Power 11, he doesn't move. Why? So I assume they have... I would have UGB over Path to Power personally, so they probably have UGB. UGB has to be top 10 here. Why is Path to Power 11? I don't... Because he got nerfed with Dragon Ball or anything, but you also can argue, because he is purple, right? I doubt we'll see many yellows. Maybe the Gammas will make it here, because they had the Gammas like top 3 last time, which I don't know how the hell that even came to be. But we don't have, like, barely any yellows that are being run around. You're not running into AGF often, Gammas. Go Tanks, Kid Buu, you're not running into any of these yellows, so I can't understand why he's not moving, but I just don't see number 11. This character is very inconsistent. He's probably the most inconsistent unit that's going to ever exist in this game as a premium character, just because you're relying on Dragon Balls to gain cover and ult, to gain damage, to gain everything that's about your kit that is literally just your foundation. So he's just RNG reliant. I don't think an RNG reliant character can be in such a high discrepancy of a threshold because of that RNG, unless it's like there's just so many greens running around. He has to be placed high. There's not, I mean, there's greens, yes, but like they're not just like Oko Dead from Path to Power. There's better characters that are purple as in UGB, who would you rather than Path to Power? So the inconsistency of this character, I just can't see it. Especially, again, they nerfed rush rate, right? So this character, he's getting less Dragon Balls more consistently than not, and then even more so from that, if you're just gonna compare a UGB or, you know, Path to Power setup on a inferior Movies team, because Movies' best team would be Janemba, Pikkon, Gogeta, and Beast. If you want to run Path to Power, who are you dropping? Are you dropping Janemba for Path to Power UGB? It just makes the setup really wonky. I guess you drop Pikkon, Gogeta, but even then you need the safety of Revival in that team because you don't have like any safety at that point. And Path to Power, I guess he'd be the safety a little bit because he has endurance, but like still he's inconsistent on everything on his damage front. So it's just a little weird for him to even exist here. I don't see any value of him right now. Nothing's changed. I guess another green drop of Bardock and Goku, but that doesn't. Is that enough? I don't think so, but I mean, number 11 seems pretty high to me. I would put this character like, I don't know, 15, 17, 18 area. I just don't have any value for Path to Power. I don't think most people are like thinking of Path to Power and thinking like, yeah, he's about top 10. Most people are kind of just writing him off, and there's no reason to really even need him in the first place because he's just on an inferior setup, and then he's also inconsistent. Inferior and inconsistent, you're not going to do very well, right? Especially compared to the top 10, which is very hard to crack into right now. That's interesting to put him there, though. What is number 10? Cell! Again, I have no, problem with Cell. Again, Cell, I have this in this threshold of my mind where he's in, like, this 9 through 10 through, like, 12 area. Again, I probably will end up putting him top 10 over Orange Piccolo. Or LF17. Probably Orange Piccolo, though. Orange Piccolo, I could definitely see his dipping happening compared to LF17 because he's just, so good on reps and androids if you do run androids. But Cell, definitely still a solid unit. The value of him is still there. It's interesting that he went down by 3 here, actually. He was at 7, now he's at 10. What made him go down? Because you have the new green releasing. Again, the same argument as Path to Power happens. There's no yellows, so it's not like he's losing value. Specifically, maybe because Uni Reps has like a reverse green, so he's not doing extra to Goku's side. But that would be about it. I want. What is the reason for his diminishing here? I don't really know. Regardless, I would still have him. Yeah, this is a perfectly fine area for me. Again, I would have him 9 through 10 area, so having him at 10, I can agree with that. But going down 3, it's interesting. I don't really see the big dip that's happened to him against anything besides reverse. Oh! Against besides reverse green on Evo Kaioken. But nonetheless, that happened part 1 anyways. This is part 2, tier list here. Or top 12 list. Number 9 of Goku Frieza. They went up 1. They went up 1. Maybe they're thinking you run Goku Bardock and Goku Frieza together. That's probably a thing that exists over there, huh? That's my best guess. Goku Frieza at 9. Actually have them at 7, 8. And they're tied with Goku Bardock. Could argue either or. If you want to say Goku Bardock 7, Goku Frieza's 9. Again, interchangeable there. So, 1 tier placement off from me. I wonder, did they really go up because you run Goku Bardock with them? Again, you have that rush protection, right? You have Indestructible, and you have rush protection. So you could literally just avoid the rush, and then they have to kill your Indestructible with cards. They can't kill it without cards because you have Goku Frieza as a protector. But then you also have 2 tag units together. I don't think it flows very harmonistically. I've seen it try to be run, and I don't really ever struggle against it when I'm using movies, Uni Reps. I've run androids, I've run regen, and I've been trying these different teams to see if it does better even against more subpar teams of androids, regen, future, and I don't feel a full struggle against Goku Bardock and Goku Frieza together. Again, I've matched up against that quite a bit, and then that third being Beast or Pan or whatever. It definitely has its perks, but if that's the reason they went up, that is a reasoning I didn't really anticipate to exist. Oh, we did get that new equipment over there, right? That Bardock one, right? It's from the Dokkan moment, the meme. But it's interesting. Again, I have them 8, 7, so number 9. Again, 1 placement off. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. If it's like, again, Path to Power is like 5 placements off for me, so it's like, okay, that's a little, I gotta question what's going on here. But like Piccolo, a couple off, like 1 or 2, 3. The maximum being 3, really. That's where I'm like, all right, that's fine. But 1 placement, I have no contention with it, really. So we move on here.
さあ、そして第8位がみんな
UGB. What? Wait. He went up 1. Wait, why? Okay, green unit drops. Value up. But then I say that, and then they have Cell that went down 3. And Pass Power stayed neutral. Despite me saying the same thing 3 times. When green unit dropped, they went up. Well, no, that's not why they went up. Why did they go? Why do you go up? Why do you go up? I'm trying to figure it out. Again, this is kind of a little bit of a fun part of this, where it's not like I can really understand everything, because I don't speak Japanese, but I can kind of assume the details of what's going on. I know, you know, for the most part, what I've seen from these tier lists, they like to gas up Revival, and they kind of just don't like reps. I assume LS17's not here, by the way, because LS17 was like 12 last time, and now there's a new green unit. I doubt he makes this list. If I'm right, I'm not shocked. UGB at 8. I don't really get it. I just don't really know what happened that gained UGB value. I mean, I don't know why he's above Goku Frieza. Because again, movies, the best setup is Pikkon Gogeta, Janemba, and Beast. You wouldn't replace Janemba with... You wouldn't replace Janemba. So it's like, where is this guy going? On Fusions? Well, with Fusions, you just run Pikkon Gogeta, UVB, then leader slot. You don't have to run pure Fusions. That's just silly. Run Janemba, run Beast on leader slot. Literally, it's just UVB instead of Beast. That's what Fusions is. For point blank fucking simplicity, that's really it. So UGB, why he went up, I mean, I don't really know. The games go on longer, but like, yeah, this one I'm lost on. Path Power, UGB. I mean, I get that there's no yellows, but again, I don't think that's the reasoning. Maybe because you get to later game better, but then why would Path to Power go up? Path to Power would be a lot better in the early game setting, right? I guess later game because it's fully built up anyways. But even then, if UGB's higher, Path to Power would go down because he can get rushed out by UGB. You see where I'm getting confused here? the points are kind of counterproductive in a sense, because UGB going up and the Path to Power going neutral, it's like, well, Path to Power goes down because of UGB being higher, right? So would he go down more? I don't know. 8, I don't know about the UGB gas here. I don't see it. I think he's all right. Early game, then he gets, you know, pretty good in a late game setting. Mid game, late game, 60 counts, pretty mid game at this point because how long matches last, because all the durability going on, sustainability, whatever you want to call it. I don't think. I'm just thinking about his teams. You're not running him on Fusions for the most part. Just run Janemba or Beast. It's just better off. They're going to have Pikkon Gogeta higher. They're going to have UEB higher here. So it's like he's not core on these teams that you're putting him, but yet he's number 8. It's like he has to be lower if he's not core on the teams. He just doesn't fit the mold, so it's worse off. He's not going higher because he's on worse setups. It doesn't make sense. But again, I do respect the opinion. I just don't agree with it. Oh, whoa! I skipped over Pikkon. Hello. Here we are at number 7. Yes, Pikkon. Okay, so me personally, I have him 6, so I got no mind or matter here on the debating front, I guess, because I basically agree with this. So we have him down by 3. So he was 4 last time, huh? So they lowered him because, well, they're glazing up these purples, right? Path to Power, UGB, Cell. So I guess because these purples, he's going down. I can understand Goku Frieza being more used with Goku Bardock. Kind of makes sense why Pikkon would go down, because there's a purple right there, right? Pretty spooky, and kind of just dilemma. And then it's not like Goku Frieza hit very meekly in the Frieza portion. Frieza still hits you hard as fuck. And they're most likely getting Zenkai buffed a lot because you can run like Blue Saiyan Zenkai buffers for both those characters because they're both blue in their elements somewhere. So I can understand why Pikkon goes down a tad bit in this setting compared to where he was, because again, you are running into that Goku Frieza, Goku Bardock, I assume, as a duo, is what their intention is here with Goku Frieza going up more. But Pikkon still has his value. Again, Pikkon himself spawns a lot of green cards. You have the annoyance that you could create as well if you're doing the green cards with him, but if you're doing with Janemba, okay, they can't really rush early game because you're destroying the rush. If you're doing with Gohan, okay, Gohan spawning infinite blue cards. If you're doing with Pikkon, okay, you're just being an annoying little rat bastard, and then from there, they can't do anything. So you got a lot of good green cards here. He's doing his job perfectly there. And then in Gogeta, does pretty solid damage, does combo for a good amount of time, can even go into your ally there if you do combo long enough, and you can get cover and ult 2 combo long enough. So I don't have to glaze up Pikkon. I put him top 6. They put him 7. Not much difference to me. Move on.
Agreeing with
a lot of this stuff. I don't know if that's good or bad for me, but I think it's good. Well, here's what we don't agree with. Gamma's at 6. That is a terrible frame. That was a very ugly frame of Gamma 1. Let me move on from that. They went down 3, so they were 3rd last time where Beast Gohan exists and UVB. That means, if you don't know, UVB is going to be most likely, you know, 5 through 1, and then Beast will also be 5 through 1 if we're putting the Gammas down here, I'd assume, right? That would make the most sense. Why do they go down and only to 6? I know why they go down. Beast Gohan UVB, that's been a thing. I mean, even 8 Vegeta Zenkai, for fuck's sakes, that happened this update, right? So why are they only at 6? Why aren't they lower? So you're pushing up these purples, which makes obviously sense because you're not running into these yellows, but then once you say that yellow that's gassed up so much would go further and further down. Androids is in a very, you know, I guess, healthy team on, like, tanking. Androids just straight up can't tank. LS17 isn't a tank, we all know that. Gammas aren't tanks, we all know that. Cell definitely isn't a tank, and that's that trio there. So, and you also have the 2 reds of UVB and Beast, and we all know UVB and Beast can do a lot of damage to that entire trio very easily. No real competition of, like, or contention, I guess, of like debating there. UVB and Beast both do very good damage to full androids. There's just nothing about that could change. And that's their best team. What is the idea here with the Gammas being 6? I get it, you're pushing up the purples, and the Gammas are yellow, but like, Path's Power is not core, UGB is not core, Cell you can kind of cope him on some setups, but like, he's not particularly core even. So none of these purples are core, so you're not going to run into them as frequently as you run into the reds of Beast and UVB. And I know, because the queue was open last season, I believe. Actually, I know, because I played against Japanese players. I ran into a lot of fusions, which has UVB. I ran into a lot of movies, which had Beast Gohan. So it's like, I didn't run into any Gammas, really. Not at all, honestly. So it's perplexing that the Gammas would be here when they have such big threats to them. Yeah, I don't know about this. I can't. Most people I know aren't putting them top 10 because there are such good reds right now. I guess they're undervaluing the reds, but then that makes no sense because the reds are going to be top 5. Both these reds are going to be top 5 here. They have to be. If they were here last time, why would they move down? Wouldn't make any sense. But, all right, I guess because they're gassing up purples, they put the yellows still pretty high. I don't agree with it, but, you know, is what it is. He didn't move. Yeah, UVB. For me, he's actually, he's number 5. Again, it's on the screen here for you guys. He is number 5. I have nothing to say. Number 5. What do? We move on. We agree, we move on. Fantastic. UVB's value, bro. 4! Oh, whoa. 4. I'm thinking of who the hell is going to be 1. Because a lot of people have Beast number 1 right now, right? What's wrong with Gohan? He went down 3. He was number 1. What's wrong with Gohan? The thing is, people are actually trying to run Gohan. I would think the setup they're going to probably try to use, because most people are at least trying this, or attempting this setup here. I don't know if it's great, but, you know, it does alright. Is Goku Frieza, Gohan, and Goku Bardock. That's like that trio. So you would think Gohan would actually gain value because he has another team he could run on besides movies here. And I guess you could cope hybrids, but, you know, Sun Family is just... I'd say Sun Family is just better than hybrids, actually, with that trio I just mentioned. Gohan going down, though? I do notice a little bit of flaws with Gohan, but nothing too extravagant to lower him 3 spots. Like, you know, sometimes in his early game, he's not the best damage dealer, so it's like, okay, we'll go to somebody else. Like, I always let my Janemba cook, because I don't need to go to my Gohan sometimes. It's just, Janemba's already there, he's sagging, he's going crazy. I guess that same argument could be made with, like, you're comparing Gohan to Janemba, yes, but then you compare Goku Bardock to Gohan, it's like, probably like Goku Bardock really pop off. So I can understand some damage being a little bit of a hesitant feeling there on Gohan. But everything else, I can understand number 2, maybe even number 3. I think number 3 is really pushing it, but number 4, I think is just too low for me here. Again, when you get to the top stuff, you gotta be more, you know, detailed on the things. And again, I understand the damage isn't fully consistently amazing with him. For a lot of the part, it is very good, but I don't think, you know, number 4 is warranted for a character that just does all he's doing with his basically LS17 gauge, his basically UVB main ability on, you know, UVB's entry. Beast Golem has that on main ability, which gives you such a big move, and it's like, especially if you like are doing it at the right timing, you just get a flat out free kill with no like chance of survival for the opponent, and there's nothing they could do about it. Like that has to have more value, right? I think number 4 is a little bit low. Again, 3 would be the absolute lowest. I don't even agree with 3, but 2 would be like where I'm content, and that's where I agree with. So number 4, it's quite literally double what I would think. But I'm trying to think why. Maybe just this damage, they don't feel consistent enough.
まあ前回のランキングの時よりはやや評価を落としたかなって感じですが、それでもめちゃめちゃ強いです。はい。まあガシャの副産物もいいしで、全然ねビースト引くのはね、ありだと思います。ということで第4位がご飯ビーストになります。さあそして第3位が
No words. Though, okay. This is a point of contention here. I guess I'll mention it here because it's the only Uni-Reps unit we're going to see up here, I assume, because Janemba's going to come up, and then I gotta guess Goku Bardock's top 2 at this point. I don't know which one they are. I assume 2, but, like, they're definitely getting gassed up here. No Jiren, huh? We're gassing up UGB and Path to fucking Power, but not Jiren. And we have Evo Kaioken 3, so where's Jiren? Jiren's bulky. Jiren has the protection you want, especially with LS17, or you could just, yeah, this is a team I've been trying to use recently. I had a lot of success with it. Icon, Evo Kaioken, Jiren. I guess they're glazing. They're pushing up these purples in their value, so I guess you couldn't run double greens, which is fair. But even then, you run AGF. Evo Kaioken, AGF, Jiren. I know it's a little less durable, but you still have a very good setup there. I just think Jiren has to be respected a little bit more. Again, over Path to Power and UGB, bare minimum. Like, Jiren, you don't want to have him top 4 like I do. You know, fine. I think I'm pushing his extent to, like, the highest it can be by putting him 4. I don't think I'm overrating him, but I think I'm pushing him to that. Just from what I've seen in my own, you know, experience. But having him at least, like, 8, 7 lowest, 8, 9 lowest, I'd say. It can't be 10. It just can't be 10. 9th, 8th, somewhere on the list, I would say makes sense. If you're putting Evo Kaioken high up, you're building on my range based up. They're not strike based. They can't go strike based. Their stat spread does not let them do that. Especially how their kit works. They really want to keep drawing cards, doing more cards, and strikes do not, you know, follow that idea very well because they're too fast with animations. I guess Jiren has to be somewhere mentioned. He's not even top 12, which is insanity to me. A lot of people understand and respect Jiren over here on, even, not even just over here, you know, the US. I would say European servers, I see a lot of, you know, gassing up on Jiren. Not as high as I am. Again, I think I'm pushing it to an extent, but, no Jiren in top 12, but we have Path Power and UGB. Literally inferior setups while Jiren is on a core setup. I don't know. I don't know where they're putting Evo Kaioken, like, on a team. I would assume it is Uni-Reps. I don't know where else you would. But then they have LS17 and Jiren. The other two usually core members of full core Uni-Reps, just blatant Uni-Reps only. They're not in top 12, so it's like, where the fuck are you running this duo? Are you running them on Android or something? Even then, what are you running? Cell, Gammas, Evo Kaioken? That just seems very bad, really. It's not conducive to PvP, and then you also have 2 reds and you have no fucking blue. Like, it's pretty spooky at that point, right? You really prefer a blue at that rate. You have very fragile units and 2 tag units. Yeah, that just doesn't work. So I don't know where they're running Evo Kaioken to put them 3. I like that they're 3, but it makes me wonder where the fuck they're running. If they're 3, where are we using them? They're not being run on reps if the other 2 reps units aren't top 12. So where are we throwing this unit? I don't... I'm confused by that. Because there's no other team that really fits Evo Kaioken. They just fit on reps, which is a good team, but that's just where they fit on. So 3 is it's good, but like, it's good to me, you know, I agree with it, but like, how is it 3 if the other two that are meant to be run with them aren't here in top 12? Doesn't really make sense to me.
キラカイです。
Hey, top 3. I have a 3 as well. I just don't understand the team they're trying to build.
評価めきめき伸ばして
What's
るキャラ
number
クターなん
2
じゃない
here?
かな
Janemba
と
or
思うので、
Bardock?
まあ
You know
ゴ
it's
ースト目
Janemba
指
or
したい
Bardock.
方
Has
と
to
か
be
はぜ
one
ひ
of
ね
them.
使ってほしいキャラですね。ということで第3位がキラカイでした。さあそして第2位がウルトラスーパージャネ
Bardock and Goku Bardock. It does start as Goku. We have Goku Bardock number 1? Really? Me personally, I have Janemba number 1 right now. Goku Bardock, you can see for me, they're very low. We'll get into them when we get to it, but like, damn. Janemba number 2, again, he hasn't moved. Number 1, number 2, I think there's a closeness to it, at least if it's Beast or Janemba, because the teams that they can obviously have, I find myself leadering Janemba on fusions, obviously on movies, and then that's basically it, just 2 teams he can run on. Gohan, you can do the same thing. You want to leader him on fusions, you want to leader him on Sun Family, you want to leader him on movies, whatever. Just slap him on movies, I guess. You don't have to leader him. So the teams, no real debate there. But Janemba, yeah, top 2, that's fine with me. I just don't want to see him below 3rd. You know, this character is not 3rd, I think, and seeing him below 3rd would be even more crazy to me. But kind of like Gohan's crazy to me, see him 4th. But basically agree. One placement, nothing crazy. Number 1 is Bardock and Goku? Really? I don't know. I'm really trying to think of these setups. It has to be Beast Gohan, right? Goku Frieza, and then Goku Bardock. That has to be it. And I get it, you got safety of Rising Rush there. You don't even need Revival, you have safety of Rising Rush. And maybe because Indestructible is it's a worse revival, you know, the reset back to neutral and long range is definitely better off. The time to literally think like what you're gonna do next with revival is genuinely important. I don't think people understand that as much as it really like is important to the value of it. But revival basically is worse endurance, rather better endurance, worse revival of Indestructible here. And you know, most of the times, what I've seen from Japanese lists is that Revival is very highly rated. So a mechanic similar to Revival is going to be very highly rated, though it is worse Revival. I don't know about that trio, man. That's the best trio I can come up with that you'd run. Maybe you could do like Janemba, Goku, Bardock, and Beast. I guess that's fine, but like, would you just want Pikkon there? The green card spawning really is important. I would say it's pretty impactful for the team. Support that could be had, the synergy with that team just kind of exemplifies it even more so than Goku Bardock. I don't. Yeah, I can't see number 1. Again, me personally, I have them very low because I don't find their best team to be something crazy out the wall. I definitely don't think that, you know, Goku Bardock's best team of whatever trio it is better than movies or reps. Maybe better than Fusions, as Fusions is a number 3 team for me, but it's very, you know, debatable at that point. But number 1 and 2 teams are still quite a ways apart from number 3, right? And everything below it. I don't know about number 1 here. Individually, they're like 4, 3 for me. I think they rival Evo Kaioken in individuality, which would be a number 3 unit. But again, Evo Kaioken's team would be Blast Reps. But then here, they don't have Blast Reps as their team because they don't have those 2 units as top 12. So I don't know what's really... I feel like they're valuing individuality more here than team on this list compared to the other times. It seems more of an overall thing. This really seems more individual-based than team-based on the comparison front here, which I don't really know what to make of that. It doesn't really strike me as, well, something I can really argue, because if you're valuing something individual more than a team, this is a team-based game. You have to value the whole team more, right? I would think that. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't agree with it. Again, their peak for me is like 4, right? If they find like a really good team and, you know, people start running it, great, but like that's like their peak as 4 for me. Maybe they like can tie for number 3, but number 1, the best unit in the game, no, I can't see that at all. I don't know what the reasonings are. Clearly, again, I do not speak Japanese, so if you want to, like, you know, tell me the translations of what they're saying here on this text on screen of like those, you know, 3 bullet points, feel free. But I still don't think I could ever see Goku Bardock right now being number 1. Again, I'm just thinking their best setup is a Sun family with like Gohan and Goku Frieza, or you're leading them on movies or on fusions, and you're replacing the revival character of Pikkon, which is why he would go down, and having the, you know, indestructible character of Goku Bardock. But then it just feels like the team is less harmonistic at that point. I don't feel like you need this unit specifically anywhere to really make it like a make or break match. I rather the harmony of another character, of Pikkon, of, you know, Beast Gohan if you're replacing him, of Janemba if you're replacing him. I rather that harmony those trios have than this tag unit not really having much harmony with anybody, just kind of being very good, but not really flowing perfectly with any specific unit. Though, they actually do flow pretty well with Pikkon because he makes greens, but then Pikkon went down, so clearly that's not the thought process going on here, right? He's meant to be replaced, Pikkon, by Goku Bardock. That is the impression I get, at least. But overall, what do I think of this Japanese player's top 12 list with Goku Bardock at number 1? Compared to my list, I would say there's pretty much 80–70% of agreements here. Some kind of off-the-wall things, again, Path's power, UGB being so high up when Jiren's was nowhere to be seen, is... I don't know if they just don't like uni reps. I kind of just get that impression. They just don't like that team at all, so they're just kind of like not putting them in a high spot, because I never see uni reps characters get like glazed up from Japanese lists. I just see all over media, and I assume they just don't like the team. I don't know what it is. So, you know, overall, I agree with most things here. You know, some things clearly there's going to be disagreement just because experience, but let me know what you guys think of their list and my reaction to it. I'll see you guys in the next one.